Hey guys, this is Pete coming to you from Manhattan Beach, and we're chilling here on a nice Sunday having some white wine. And we were just talking about reflection and what is really, really important for us. So I'm here with my friend Dustin.
Hey guys, I'm Dustin with Expert Dojo, a startup accelerator in Silicon Beach.
And nice, Dustin. And we're missing David. David is in San Francisco right now. And it's hard to actually sit down and meet up every week and build through this podcast. So there's a thing actually I wanted to talk about. So first is focus, and the second is feedback from you guys. We've heard that we should do the podcast in a weekly manner, that we have it once every Monday at 6 p.m. for example. And also we should really structure it a little bit better, to have a guest every episode and just make it easier for you guys to connect with us and see us once a week. And also we've been talking about focus and reflection, thinking back of what happened actually the last couple months in the space, but especially for us, and what is really important. Dustin, what do you think?
Yeah, so it's really interesting. So Expert Dojo, we take on about 350 companies a year. And Peter was one of the first ones we took on last year. He came to us with Swell. And at the time, they were only an app-based company, and seemed to grow from where they were a year ago to today. It's just been a really exciting journey to be a part of and witness. But sometimes with that massive growth, it's really easy to get distracted. So, Pete, what do you think some of the key things that you do on a daily basis? With me, I get really excited every day in the entrepreneur when I talk about here's my passion. Is this a viable business? Is there a market validation? I think it's all in the execution at the end of the day. But how do you take that passion or excitement that you have with things daily? There can be just an array of daily activities that you see and you want to be a part of. And how do you say there's 10 different opportunities in front of you? I would like to tackle them all, but you just stay focused and take it from there. So how did you do that as well?
So I think first of all, talking about focus and talking about opportunities and passion. So I think passion is mostly followed by hard work and not the other way around. So I do think that when you work on something really hard, and of course it's something that you like and you want to be really good at, then a passion comes from that, and the success comes with that as well. And as well, we had a really strong focus on building a consumer app product that is used by hundreds of thousands of people, and we're trying to get a lot of customer feedback and talk with around 1,000 people last year to create a great product and make it better every time.
So your focus is mainly on product?
My focus was on product, but what I was trying to say is that you always have to look to left and right, because you have to stay focused and really execute on something. But then also when opportunities show up, like bots, that really changed everything for us, changed my entire life.
But then you
have to.
So how did you weigh that risk? You saw this open plot of land where a ton of potential opportunity, limited people in the space. So you took a 60,000 user base on your app and said, look, there's this new opportunity. I think it's frictionless. It's a bot space. What do you, when weighing that option and kind of pivoting the business, why and when?
Yeah, it took us, in terms of pivoting, it took us really long time, because we really started within a week or two. We had a first prototype on the bot and really experimenting with Facebook Messenger and with the new ability of the Open API. And then it was not really we had the resources to build the first product. And after seeing it grow, I had this I remember this conversation with Fred where I said, okay, next month I'll have more bot users than we have within the app. in total, and it was after like our app was out for like 7 months. So he was like, "You're crazy, and it's not going to happen." And, but at that time, that we really did that, and like 2 months later, we had a couple of 100,000 users, people using the bots. We felt like, okay, that's it. We need to really focus our resources on that. But I think until then, it's really important to keep have a certain amount of hours and energy that you can put aside on projects like this, right?
Yeah. It's really interesting. So you were able to do it successfully. You've been growing pretty exponentially, ever since making that transition. What do you see kind of a year timeline from now? Will there be another pivot in the business? I've seen that you launched Waves, Heroes, and from some outside perspective, that could be another really risky move. But do you think today, people just have to be really innovative and keep pivoting and finding ways to expand and increase the user experience and kind of put revenue ambitions, not on the back burner, but just kind of second to the most important aspect of running a business, and just keep focusing on new engaging opportunity?
So here's what I think. First of all, only time will tell, right? So we cannot really say if we're going to be successful with what we are doing. But the plan is really to have a certain amount of time right now. It's a time frame of 2 months for us, where we're launching Waves.ai, where we're launching Heroes. We'll have
Waves
something here.
Waves.
We're launching Waves. We're launching Waves. They're already here. I think we
kind of run themselves.
Yeah, we kind of inspired by the ocean and by the beach life in Santa Monica. And the thing is really what we want to prove is that we can help bots monetize, and that this A/B questioning that we built is so powerful that it can help in so many ways. It's really addictive, and also helps businesses on decisions. So for us,
how do you stop that from distracting from your brand as well? So you have Waves, now you have Heroes.
Yes, of course. I mean,
how do they all tie together? Because I think it's another really interesting tactic.
Yeah.
And again, time will tell. But just saying that Swells, their demographics maybe 17 to 25 is probably your millennials age range. And so just launching these new products, is that going to bring a whole other demographic to your user base? And what would you recommend?
So here's the thing. First of all, we are a business, right? So we want to make money at the end of the day, and it's really focusing still on growing our user base, making great products. The majority of my team is working on getting the best out of Swelly, improving the experience for the core users. But then still on the business side, it's just really important to make experiments. And I think what we've figured out already is that, again, people like to vote, and brands are looking for new ways of getting feedback from their audience, but also they're looking for new ways to play with ads and to engage a young demographic, especially millennials. And so this ties in nicely because we get a lot of great content from selected brands.
Yeah.
But then also we get some money. Second part, which is Heroes, the influencer chatbots that we are building and launching in April. This thing ties in smoothly as well because we have a selection of influencers already using our Swell Heroes, and they're really engaging their audience. So we have people who follow our heroes within the Swell app and within the Swelly bot are way more active than normal users. So building chatbots for them that are really tied into Swelly and letting people vote on questions just by the single influencer in their personal bot. But then also, if they're interested in a specific topic, they can either get to know other influencers or just vote on, let's say, a fashion case. And we also will have a hero section within our own Swelly bot and within the app. So we kind of connect them back and forth and let the bots talk to each other. And I think that's going to be a really interesting space. And a lot of people are interested in bot-to-bot communication. I think that's just a natural next step. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I think it's interesting. first sat down here, we weren't even planning on doing a video or anything. And the first question you asked me was, what's my plan? And I corked the wine and poured a glass and said, take a nap. Like, it sounds good. But then, I realized it was a more philosophical question. You've got a lot of things going on right now as well. How are you going to tie all these dots together? So I think sometimes it's hard to say. And another thing that you said was it is the right place, right time. It could be luck, but the fact that you're planning all this out, being pretty strategic with influencers, which is an amazing growth opportunity. But to have a plan and to say okay, well, we were able to grow really fastly on Facebook, and in doing so, we kind of positioned ourselves as almost an influencer of its own within the bot space, and taking that to the next level and becoming kind of a voice within your own sector of bots. So there's just another dot. So it's just so easy to get distracted. And sitting down and stuff like this, when whether your short-term plan is just to take a nap, or your long-term plan is to be able to connect all these dots that are being put in front of your face at all the time. It's just a cool thing, and I think it's really good for people just to take some time.
So,
conceptualize, moving forward.
Yeah. So we're getting really philosophical here, and I think it's good because it's Sunday
good,
and we should be relaxed.
We're drinking wine.
Is the wine? Yes. The thing is really, David will be here for the next episode next week. No worries, we'll be more structured and talk more about what happened in Boston and stuff like that. But for now, really, so we have one goal. We want to connect more than 10 million people through their opinions by the end of this year. So 10 million is the only number that really, really matters to us. And then also improve our retention week over week over week.
So you said a super specific milestone.
Yes.
And have you created, what's your plan of action in order to hit 10 million? So what are these channels that you're going to develop funnels for in order to hit 10 million?
So I think with the heroes that we're currently talking with and that we are onboarding right now, with the influencers, we can reach a couple of million people and also have them really, really engaged. But then also we're focusing on Facebook right now, and we can grow the Facebook bot to 3, maybe 4 million users in the next month or two.
Just organically?
Just organically through sharing and through featuring, through Facebook's Discover, through also the influencer part. Yeah. But then we are live online on Viber and Kik and Telegram. We're working on WeChat, we're working on Slack bot.
How do you establish these relationships with these?
So that's the thing. Yeah.
I feel like that's one of your biggest growth strategies. It's you were able to get a hold of Facebook and get featured on Facebook and other things like that. And, to some people just starting out, whether you're starting a business or creating a bot, how do you position yourself to have conversations and get featured or get in the door?
So I think it's really mostly momentum and about actually asking people the right questions. We always want feedback because we want to help users and we want to give them an amazing experience, and that's the only thing that really, really matters to us. It doesn't matter if there's 10,000 people a month or 10 million. We want to give every single one a great experience, and that's what brands and then big companies share with us, like Facebook and others. So we're focusing on Facebook, and that's what drives our growth on Facebook. But then we're also going to spread out and focus more on getting a big audience, getting millions of people on each single platform, like Line and Viber and Kik and Telegram, because I think that's the real value to actually having a social network on top of existing messages that connects people who don't use the same messenger. But then from a data point of view, it's just great to see the differences of the platforms, right? And learn from each other to help the messages create a better experience for their users, right?
Yeah. Do you have AI built into the back end that helps you with those analytics as well to see? So if you, for instance, step back for a second, if you see something working really well on Facebook, and that because of your Facebook bot? Does that communicate to the other bots on the other social platforms?
So that's not really AI, it's more like data analytics and data science, right? So we look at it manually and figure out like features like group, for example. I would love to have an access to in a group chat within the Facebook Messenger, because that works really well for us on Telegram and Kik. Group features are like great for like decision making collectively. I think it can help a lot of other bot developers as well.
What are some key things that you like on, like one key thing that you like for every different platform that offers bots that you're on right now? So you got Line, Kik, WhatsApp,
Yeah.
and Facebook. What other ones?
Okay, so Viber, Line, Kik, Facebook, Telegram. What we love at Facebook is the web views, and that it's just like the features are great within what you can do within the bot, right?
It's Facebook.
Facebook is a huge, just a huge challenge. It's just big. Second, Kik, we love the discovery in the bot shop. That's really great. And also the demographic that is a young audience is just super good for us. We really like Telegram, the group features, that the discovery works very well for great bots, meaning it's really about reviews and having like a lot of good like 5-star ratings to get actual attention.
Yeah.
For Line, it's a really interesting audience just for us. So in terms of features, I think Line is not the best platform right now for bot developers, but it has a very interesting audience in Asia, right? Especially Viber is great because the people at Viber are really open and can help us creating a really great user experience. And also Viber is just used by so many people in places like Iran, for example, where they are number one. So like markets, if you think of it as there are not really apps out there. There's not a lot of people with iPhones and great phones. So it's basically an opportunity for platforms to be a replacement for app stores and like for Google Play.
Yeah.
Okay, Dustin, we've been talking for like 17 minutes. You want to add something as a last comment?
Yeah, I just think the space is so interesting. You've done really well growing so far. I think, like, just to wrap it up, I love your perspective on, if your business isn't just a bot, like, how can you you've been maybe you're a brick and mortar store, a pizza store, or maybe you're a tech product, or changing the world in healthcare. How can people use a bot maybe as like a lead generator, or how can it help monetize their businesses that they're already in existence?
Okay, so your last question, I think really it depends on the use case, and I think bots can help you as a small business to get attention from people and to actually talk to a lot of people at the same time without having the most expensive part, which is the human behind the computer that has to answer all those questions.
Yeah.
And I think if you think of customer support, and if you think of any types of business that couldn't really do a customer support in a level like a big corporation could do, it's now the opportunity to build a really personal bot experience as a small business.
Is that going to replace jobs though?
That's going to replace, of course it's going to replace some jobs, but it's also...
Do you think that's a trend throughout history though, where new technology and innovation comes?
Of course.
Not job loss, but also job creation?
That's the thing, it's job creation, right? So having my favorite example out there, favorite example, this is the last thing I'm going to tell you today. So,
unless we have another glass of wine.
My favorite example is that copywriters, right? So copywriters, especially in LA and all over the world, they're very good. There are a lot of them out there, and they made like 20, 30, 40, some good ones like $50 an hour, right?
Yeah.
If they're really good, and it happens very rarely. But then there's this new thing called conversational interface and conversational design, which is the new UI UX, and talking about bots and AI. And I think this is opening like a whole lot of opportunities.
That's what's got me really
so
excited.
Many jobs. It's so awesome. It's really great.
Yeah, just because of that, you see even seeing your success and helping you write the onboarding of Swell, and then we start this botcopy.com. It's just interesting. For the first time, past 10, 15 years, everybody's been super focused on like the user experience and design and making sure the touch feels really nice inside of an application. Where now it's a lot that's focused on the conversation and taking it to where you want it to go. But yeah, this is good.
All right. Shout out to botcopy.com. Check it out if you want need help in the conversational design by really, really great people in LA and all over the world. Then also shout out to Expert Dojo, who helped us a lot growing from 3 founders who had like 1 part-time employee in Vienna, didn't really know what they're doing. Like a year ago to 15 people that we were called 12 at the time. Shittiest name ever. Nobody could pronounce it in this country.
It's funny, the Austrian accent too. It's like, yeah, we're Dwell. I'm like, what? Dwell.
You're saying that I have an accent?
No.
Not really, right? Okay, guys,
Give him an Arnold Schwarzenegger
have a great day, and I'll be back. Bye.